Going into these so-called peace talks. Going to these so-called peace talks this week, which, like we said, ain't gonna be no peace, man. And you can't trust this devil, man. Number one, Saddam Hussein had to deal with the Americans. Guess what? The same thing with Noriega in Panama. They had to deal with him. He was on their payroll. What happened? They got rid of his ass, man. Saddam Hussein had an agreement with the Americans. He shook Donald Rumsfeld's hand. America gave him those weapons, man. Those chemical weapons to use against the Iranians. What happened? They destroyed him on false pretenses. Bush had an agreement with Gaddafi. Guess what? Obama broke it. So this so-called meeting that they have, what? That shit is gonna fail, man. Ain't gonna be no peace between North Korea, Russia, Syria, and America, man. That's a lie, man. Every deal that the so-called white man, especially in America, had, they always broke it. Ask the Native American Indians. They broke all 400 treaties, man. All, man. Okay? That's why the scripture says, Psalm 55:21. Psalm 55 verse 21. Matter of fact, let me see 3. Wow, this is good. Psalm 55:3. Psalm 1. Give ear to my prayer, O Most High, and hide not thy face from my supplication. Attend unto me and hear me, and I mourn thee in my complaint, and make a noise. Like it says in Ezekiel the 9th chapter, the men that sigh and cry. Because of the voice of the enemy, because of the oppression of the wicked, for they cast iniquity upon me, and in wrath they hate me. These Edomites, man. Okay? These Edomites, man, which is the so-called white man today, which is all around here. Okay? They're the wicked that the scriptures is talking about. The devil, man. You Jakes, you still haven't figured it out. You're gonna figure it out, man. Okay, when he's torturing your children in front of you, put them to death, and torture you, and kill you, and eat you. In the days to come, you're going to know what we're saying, man. Yes, in the days to come, man. Because this shit coming down the line quick. Like we said, the only thing we're looking for is the chip. Okay? Here read on.
Yeah, that'd be scary.
That's a beautiful prayer, King David said. It says, my heart is so pained within me, and the terrors of death will have fallen upon me. Fearfulness and trembling are come upon me, and horror hath overwhelmed me. Jump down. Verse 9. Destroy, O Lord, and divide their tongues, for I have seen violence and strife in the city. And that's coming anyway. Alright? This is a point I want to bring out though. Verse 21. The words of his mouth were smoother than butter, but war was in his heart. His words were softer than oil, yet were they drawn swords. So every deal that the so-called white man in America made, they always broke it, man. The scripture says what? The words of his mouth were smoother than butter, but war was in his heart. Okay? As soon as Gaddafi gave up them so-called weapons, and Saddam Hussein, they destroyed them, man. And I don't think the North Koreans are that dumb. Iran already warned them. Oh, they had the Iranian deal, Obama and NATO. Trump came and got rid of it because they speak with a forked tongue. So look at the track record, man. So you should never trust them. Matter of fact, when you read the Apocrypha, you into some history, man. First Maccabees chapter 1. Mormons don't want to come up here no more. First Maccabees chapter 1 verse 30. First Maccabees chapter 1 verse 30. Let's start a little further up. Going into Antiochus Epiphanes, the brother Seleucus IV, when he tackled Jerusalem. First Maccabees chapter 1, verse 10. See? Alright, good. It says, and they came out of them a wicked root, Antiochus surname Epiphanes, son of Antiochus Antiochus the king, who had been in hostage at Rome, and he reigned in 130 and 70 year of the kingdom of the Greeks. So we know who that wicked is, okay? Which the so-called Greek is ruling right now. He called himself American, he called himself European. Alright? In those days went there out of Israel wicked men, persuaded many, let us go and make a covenant with their heathen that are round about us. For since we departed from them, we have had much sorrow. And you're going to have 2/3 that's going to do that in the hour of temptation. They're going to sell out and take the microchip, and Yahawashi going to destroy you. We jump on down. Verse 20. Let me read on down. And after that Antiochus had smitten Egypt, he returned again in 140 and third year, and went up against Israel and Jerusalem with a great multitude, and entered proudly into the sanctuary, a place of worship, and took away the golden altar and the candlestick of light and all the vessels thereof, which I read that some weeks back, how the Most High dealt with his ass. Second Maccabees, the 9th chapter. And the table of the showbread, and the poured vessels and the vials, and the censer of gold, and the veil, and the crowns, and the golden ornaments that were before the temple, all which he pulled off. He took the silver and the gold and the precious vessels. Also he took the hidden treasures which he found. And when he had taken all away, he went into his own land, having made a great massacre and spoken very proudly. These are the Greeks, Antiochus Epiphanes. This is Israelite history right here. So he was a proud devil and a proud beast. But I'm going to read on down to the point. The point is in verse 30. Verse 25. Therefore was a great mourning in Israel, every place where they were, so that the princes and the elders mourned, the virgins and the young men were made feeble, and the beauty of women were changed. Man, this is going to happen again, man. This is going to happen again, man. Okay? You're not going to have everybody in this very relaxed state, very calm state. It's not going to be like that, man. It's going to be mourning and death everywhere. Okay? Every bridegroom took up lamentation, and she that sat in the marriage chamber was in heaviness. The land also was moved for inhabitants thereof, and the house of Jacob was covered with confusion. After 2 full years expired, the king sent his chief collector of tribute unto the cities of Judah, Heliodorus, who came unto Jerusalem with a great multitude, and spake peaceable words unto them, but all was deceit. So when they had given him credence, and our people were simple, you see, always giving his devil, giving him a pass, man. And that's you Jakes in America, man. Okay? You speak peaceable and smooth words to you, and you just forget everything. You just forget his acts. That's why I'm going to keep reading. And spake peaceable words unto them, spake peaceable words unto them, but all was deceit. When they had given him credence, he fell suddenly upon the city, and smote it very sore, and destroyed much people of Israel. So anything this devil says, you have to take it as a grain of salt. Okay? Because he's a liar, man. That's what Yahawashi said. I'm going to read that after John 8. Read 1 Maccabees 7. Another example in the scriptures. Another general that was sent by Antiochus. First Maccabees chapter 7. Verse 25. This when Judas Maccabees rose up and started kicking ass, man. The so-called Levite brother. So look at the so-called black woman, man. Black bitch. Diked out. Gonna get put to death, man. These women are just so gone, man. First Maccabees chapter 7, verse 25. On the other hand, on the other side, where Alchemist saw that Judas and his company had gotten the upper hand and knew that he was not able to abide their force, he went again to the king and all the worst of them he could. It's the Kenya coming. That's why 2/3 you're gonna die in a horrible death, man. We're reading about it, just read about it. What the Greeks did. You got Jake out here bold in their wickedness, a laughing stock among the heathen. Look. Another Israelite woman with a Moabite. You see? That's why a lot of y'all gonna get judged, man. A lot of you women getting judged, man. Alright, we read on. No more folly out here every week. Verse 26, then the king sent Micaiah, one of his honorable princes, a man that bare deadly hate unto Israel, a Greek, with commandment to destroy the people. So Micaiah came to Jerusalem with a great force, and sent unto Judas his brethren deceitfully, with friendly words, saying, let there be no battle between me and you. I will come with a few men, that I may see you in peace. He came therefore to Judas, so this is the devil, like what he said. So Nicanor came to Jerusalem with great force, and sent unto Judas and his brethren deceitfully with friendly words. That's what Esau does, man. He comes with deceit, man. So any agreement you make with him, he is going to break it. He don't even believe in his own laws. That's what Yahawashi said. I said I wanted to read this. John the 8th chapter. John John chapter 8, verse 44. See Yahawashi speaking to the Pharisees who are doing the bidding of the Romans. Alright? Uncle Tom, sellout niggas, man. And them same wicked guys is back. Okay? John 8:44. What did Yahawashi said to them though? Ye of your father the devil, and the lust of your father ye will do. Yeah, because they were doing the bidding of the wicked Romans, man. It says what? He was a murderer from the beginning, and abode not in truth, because there's no truth in it. And that's talking about Cain, who had the mark of leprosy on him, white skin. Alright? And I'm going to prove that in a minute. And that same wicked spirit came back in Esau. Let's read on. It says, you of your father the devil, and the lust of your father he will do. He was a murderer from the beginning, and abode not in truth, because there's no truth in him. When he speaketh a lie, he speaketh it of his own, for he is a liar and the father of it, man. So Esau is a liar and the father of it, man. Okay? Come on, man. Yahawashi was bad with the precepts, man. Like I said, Cain had that mark of leprosy, so we know who Esau is, man. It's the same mark the Most High hit Miriam with and Moses with, to prove to Moses' power. Then when Miriam spoke out against Moses, she got smitten with leprosy, or white skin. Numbers 12 and 10. You can read it in your own time. And that's the same mark that they have. She say he is a father. They say he is a liar and the father of it. So any agreement he makes, he's going to break. That's why the scripture says, Daniel chapter 8, verse 25. That's why you should never trust him, man. Ever. And that's Jake's problem. Jake loved their enemies, man, more than themselves. Daniel chapter 8, verse 25. Let's start from 21. And the rough goat is the king of Grecia, Alexander the Greek. And the great horn that is between his eyes is the first king. Now that being broken, whereas four stood up for it, his four generals, Isemaeus, Antigonus, Seleucus, and Ptolemy. Antiochus came through the Seleucid bloodline. Okay? Which was going into the king of the north and the king of the south, Seleucus versus Ptolemy. That's Daniel the 11th chapter. Right? It says, four kingdoms shall stand up as four generals out of the nation, but not in his power. And in the latter time of their kingdom, when the transgressors are come to full, a king of fierce countenance and understanding dark sentences shall stand up. It's going into Antiochus. But it applies today as well, because it's the same Edomite nation. And his power shall be mighty, but not of his own. And he shall destroy wonderfully and shall prosper in practice, and destroy the mighty and holy people. I just read that in the book of Maccabees. And through his policy also he shall craft to prosper in his hand. And he shall magnify himself in his heart. We read that, how proud he was. And by peace shall destroy many. And he shall stand up against the prince of princes. He shall be broken without hand. And that's in this day and time. Okay? The prince of princes is Yahawashi. Okay? That's why the scripture calls Yahawashi, Isaiah 9:16. So Esau going to stand up to the prince of princes and get broken. Alright? This is Isaiah 9 and 6. For unto us a child is born, unto us a son is given, and the government shall be upon his shoulder. Yahawashi, man. And his name shall be called Wonderful Counselor, the Mighty Power, the everlasting Father. Okay, so the word there for Father, Abba, he's the everlasting chief or ruler of peace. It's going to let you know that. It says what? The Prince of Peace. So he's the Prince of Princes, man. So the time's running out for Esau, man. His deceit, okay, and fooling the nations is going to come to an abrupt end. Matter of fact, when you read Revelation, the 20th chapter, start from Revelation chapter 20, verse 1. Revelation chapter 20, verse 1. And they saw an angel come down from heaven, having the key to the bottomless pit and a great chain in his hand. That's Yahawashi. The bottomless pit is Europe. Okay, people read this, I think it's talking about some hell, man. That's foolish, man. No, man. And he laid hold on that dragon, that old serpent, which is the devil and Satan, and bound him 1,000 years. And that's going into Esau. After the Roman Empire fell, it went into slavery underneath us in the dark ages for 1,000 years. Who's that dragon? The Roman Empire. Revelation the 12th chapter. That persecuted the woman, the Israelites. Okay? The dragon came back as NATO, the beast. The whore that sits on the beast is America, man. Getting some precepts today, boy. Just read on. It says, and cast him into the bottomless pit, Europe, and shut him up and set a seal upon him, that he should not deceive the nations no more, till the 1,000 years be fulfilled. After that, he should be loose a little season. So after they went down for that period of 1,000 years, the dark ages, they came back into power during the Renaissance period, man, where they started whitewashing history, iconoclasm. And he's loose a little season right now. Okay, that's the scriptures right there, man. So Esau is loose a little season, okay? In the eyes of the Most High, that's half a day. 500 years, about. That's half a day, man. Because a day is 1,000 years. So to the Most High, we haven't been in slavery that long, okay? So everything moves fast in the heavens. See, to us it seemed like a long time, but what, he's a loose a little season, okay? But to the power of Yahawashi, we don't port the serpent, man, by his tail, man. Matter of fact, let me get, there's a scripture I haven't read in a while.
I'm not hearing you.
Look at that. That's Isaiah 27. Let me get that. I didn't read that in a minute, actually. I didn't read that scripture in a minute. Okay. So Esau is loose the little season. All right. So in the kingdom, this is going to be like a museum scene. When Esau was actually free, when he roamed the earth. Because in the kingdom, it's not going to be like that, man. No Edomite going to be walking up and down without a chain on his neck. It's not going to happen. All right. And after the 1,000 years is up, it's going to be burnt. Isaiah 27 and 1. Talking about the dragon and the serpent. Let's read Isaiah 27 and 1. Isaiah chapter 27, verse 1.
You don't listen, so.
Isaiah 27 and 1. In that day, Yahawashi man. Esau, with his sword and great and strong sword, shall punish Leviathan. Just not talking about the Leviathan in Job 41. Okay, this is talking about what? This is talking about Esau right here. Okay? It's going to tell you that piercing serpent, even Leviathan, that crooked serpent, he shall slay the dragon that is in the sea. Same dragon in the book of Revelation. Okay, this is not talking about Leviathan, a sea creature, what Esau called Godzilla, Job 41. It's talking about you Edomites, man. Most High gonna punish y'all, man. Because you're that great dragon that the scriptures talk about, that sea serpent that's called the devil. That's loose for what? A period of 1,000 years. And you're deceiving the nations right now. Okay? Esau is deceiving the nations, man. But everybody gonna come up against you. Everybody, man. The only ally. Look at these Edomites, man. No. You know what I'm saying? Dirty ass Edomites, man. Read the book of Ecclesiastes. It says, now can you read Isaiah 34? Isaiah chapter 34, verse 1. Come near, ye nations, to hear, and hearken, ye people. Let the earth hear, and all that is therein, the world, and all things that come forth of it. For the indignation of the righteous anger of Yahawashi is upon all nations, and his fury upon all their armies. He shall utterly destroy them. He delivered them to the slaughter. Their slain also shall be cast out, and their stink shall come up out of their carcasses, and the mountain shall be melted with their blood. That's World War III. And all the hosts of heaven shall be dissolved, and the heavens shall be rolled together as a scroll. That's World War III, man. That mushroom cloud, the prophet Isaiah talking about it, man. That's the time period we're living in right now. It says what? And all the hosts of heaven shall be dissolved, and the heavens shall be rolled together as a scroll, and their hosts shall fall down as a leaf fallen of the vine, and the fallen from the fig tree. For my sword shall be bathed in heaven, the nuclear missiles. And behold, it shall come down upon Idumea. This is a Greek version of Edom. Okay? The two words are synonymous, man. And upon the people of my curse to judgment. What's that curse? Leprosy. Alright? So they that serpent, they that dragon, and they gonna be destroyed, man. To prove to you that white skin is a curse, I'm gonna read that, man. Numbers chapter 12, start from verse 8. We're gonna prove all things with this Bible, man. Numbers chapter 12, verse 8. And with Numbers 12 and 6. Let me start from 5. Numbers chapter 12, verse 5. And the Lord came down, Yahawashi in the pillar of the cloud, and stood in the door of his tabernacle, and called Aaron and Miriam, and they both came forth. Because Moses married a Midianite, alright? Or the Ethiopian woman. So they spoke out against him. And he said, hear now my words. If there be a prophet among you, I, the Lord, Yahawashi will make myself known unto him in a vision, and will speak unto him in a dream. That's how most of the prophets saw Yahawashi. It's through dreams and visions. Alright? It says, my servant Moses is not so, who is faithful in all mine house. With him I speak mouth to mouth, even apparently, truly, and not in dark speeches, and the similitude of Yahawashi shall he behold. So Moses was on a high level. Moses said, I don't speak to Moses in dreams or visions. I speak to him mouth to mouth. I don't speak to him in parables. Wherefore then were ye not afraid to speak against my servant Moses? So the Most High is saying, look, that's a special guy right there, man. You're not scared to speak out against a man like that. Show you that the brothers that's laboring, you're not ordinary men, man. Okay? That's what I was saying earlier, man. And the anger of Yahawashi was kindled against him, and he departed. And the cloud departed off the tabernacle. And behold, Miriam became leprous, white as snow. And Aaron looked upon Miriam, and behold, she was leprous. And Aaron said unto Moses, Alas, my Lord, I beseech thee, I beg thee, lay not this sin upon us, when we have done foolishly, and when we have sinned. Let her not be as one dead, of whom the flesh is half consumed, when he cometh out of her mother's womb. And Moses cried unto Yahawashi, saying, Heal her now, O my power, I beseech thee. So to look like that, you get these Edomites. Moses cried to Yahawashi, man. What? Heal her now, man. He turned into a white woman. So that shows you, man, that's that curse, man. That's Idumea, Edom, Adawam. Okay? The people of the Most High's curse. That sea serpent, man. Okay, that great dragon, the devil, man. And the scripture says he's loose a little season to deceive the nations. And he had been deceiving the nations. But the Most High got Esau in a big trick bag, man. Trick bag. As it is written. Job chapter 12, verse 16. Job chapter 12, verse 16. With him is strength, the Most High, and wisdom. The deceived and the deceiver are his. So the deceived, you people that don't know shit, alright? And the deceiver, Esau, you both belong to Yahweh. What are you doing taking pictures, man? No pictures, man. Alright? If you want to get a picture, why don't you ask? Huh?
I see art in here, so...
No pictures, bro. This is not the circus. Bringing out the word of the Lord. Word of Yahawah Shemi Al Shah. You know what I mean? Where you from? Where you from? Trinidad?
Trinidad.
Oh, okay. Your father's a Negro?
Of course.
No, because that's what we preaching for. The Israelites, man.
Negroes.
You know what I'm saying?
Of course the Negroes, baby. And we're proud of it.
Oh, okay. All right. He don't get it. I saw it in his spirit. He wasn't interested. That's why the Lord said, man, he just walked away. I won't even waste my time. Matthew chapter 7, verse 6. Prove that. Yeah, we spiritually discerning things out here, man. Not gonna waste our time. Whether you listen or not, the word gonna go out, man. In times past, everybody that will come up look at the sign, you would inquire them. We don't do that no more, man. You're interested in something, you ask a question, man. We have the truth, man. Okay? You gotta seek Yahawah Shemi Al Shah, man. Alright, that's why it says Matthew 7 and 6. Give not which that is holy unto the dogs, neither cast your pearls before swine. Okay, he's talking about people. Lest they trample them under their feet and turn again and rend you. Okay? And the majority of people, they are dogs, man. Swine, man. Unclean beasts, man. The Lord said, don't take this word and just give it to anybody, man. And that's what we exercising that now. It's not like in times past you learn the word and you try to teach every single person. We passed that. Okay? We passed that, man. When a lot of people you edify when they come up here, they full of it, man. Because they go back to darkness. They going back to the things that they were doing anyway. Okay? It's just entertainment, man, to Jake, man. Like he wanted to take a picture. You know what I mean? It's entertainment, man. Matter of fact, 1 Corinthians 4 and 9. Let me get back to Esau. Not done with you, devil. All right. I don't have that page in my Bible. This page is missing. You get 1 Corinthians, I believe it's 4 and 9. First Corinthians chapter 4, verse 9.
You got the devil on you, shit. No, you're not doing that shit. You get the fuck out. You get the fuck out. You get the fuck out.
Jacob bugged out. The people bugged, man. So Paul said, 1 Corinthians chapter 4, verse 9. Well, I thank the Most High have sent forth us the apostles last. So you had all these black movements before. The Panthers, the Nation of Islam, the 5%ers, the Moors, okay, Pan-African Egyptologists. Most High sent the real men last. Starting with Abba Bivens on down to the elders and apostles, Masha, Arya, and Elder Masha, Elder Arya. You got the elders and apostles now down to you bros that's out there pushing now. So I think the Most High, he sent forth us the apostles last, as it were appointed to death. For we were made a spectacle or a gazing stock unto the world and unto angels and unto men. That's why he wanted to take a picture, man. Because at the end of the day, that's all you are, man. You're just a gazing stock. Alright? But at the end of the day, we the future rulers. See? Esau has something called hidden in plain sight. The Most High has his men, his army hidden in plain sight. Alright? We're in plain sight. But these people look at us like we're nothing. Like Paul said, we're going to read on. But we are fools for the Mashiach's sake, but ye are wise in the Mashiach. We are weak, but ye are strong. We are honorable, but we are despised. And we are. Even unto this present hour, we both hunger and thirst, and are naked, and are buffeted, and have no certain dwelling place. So they're moving place to place. They will catch in hell, man. The Apostle Paul caught all kind of hell, man. Alright? Because the scripture says with much wisdom is much grief. And he that multiply knowledge also multiply what? Sorrow. And labor, working with our own hands, being reviled, we blessed, being persecuted, we suffer it. Being defamed, brothers, being slandered, man. We entreat, we are made as the filth of the world, and as the offspring of all things unto this day. Okay? I write not these things to shame you, but as my beloved sons, I warn you. Okay? But Paul was warning them, man. Paul was warning the fellow disciples, bros that were coming up, what they had to go through, man. You know, I'll pull that precept. But let me jump back to Revelations about Esau deceiving the nations. Still on? Let me get the book of Obadiah. That's what scripture says concerning Esau. Let me get this precept. Obadiah chapter 1. 6. Let's start from 6. Obadiah chapter 1 verse 6. How are the things of Esau searched out? And how are the hidden things sought out? All his secrets, all his pedophilia, all his Pizzagate scandals, okay? All these sexual assaults that happen in Hollywood, because they ain't bringing out the pedophilia, man. Okay? But it's coming out through third-party news on the internet. And all their sex rings that they got, man. With children, man. And all the Illuminati and their secret societies. That's exposed. That's searched out. What's ever in darkness come to light, man. Okay? Like the Clintons, man. They heavy into that damn they got all kind of sex rings. Okay? Like they say, sex sells. Like in Hollywood, all the women got turned out, man. Multiple rods in them. Had to sleep with all the Jewish directors, the producers, everybody to get those roles. And you men as well. Had to bend over, man. Alright? To get these roles, man. So that's the hidden things of Esau being searched out. But read verse 7. All the men of thy confederacy, all the people that you had ease with. Okay? All your so-called allies, man. All the people that you joined together with. Have brought thee even to the border. The men that were at peace with thee have deceived thee. Okay? And that's your allies gonna turn on you, man. They have eat thy bread, have made a wound under thee. There's none understanding in it. Okay, all these nations that come here to do business, man. Okay, and ultimately NATO is going to betray. The beast shall hate the whore. Let's get it. Revelation chapter 17. I got to keep an eye on this thing. It might shut now. Revelation chapter 17, verse 16. For this to pass. Alright, let me read verse 17. Revelation chapter 17, verse 16. And the 10 horns. And the 10 horns, which are the 10 common markers that make up NATO. Okay? And the 10 horns which thou sawest upon the beast, these shall hate the whore. And the whore was the head of NATO. And right now they're at odds. Especially after that G7 summit. And also that Iranian deal. Right? And the 10 horns which thou sawest upon the beast, these shall hate the whore, and make her desolate and naked. It's read in the book of Obadiah. And shall eat her flesh, and burn her with fire. For the Most High have put in their hearts to fulfill his will, and to agree. So the Most High is setting this whole thing up, man. He's setting the stage, man. Like he said, his desire is to gather all you nations at the valley of Jehoshaphat, that can pour upon you his indignation. For the Most High put in their hearts to fulfill his will, and to agree, and to give their kingdom unto the beast, unto the words of the Most High shall be fulfilled. Okay? So I'm going to read one more. Read one more. So ain't going to be no peace, man. Ultimately, Esau think he deceived me, but really he deceived himself. And they're going to be at odds with each other. The beast shall hate the whore. That's why Yahawashi said, Mark chapter 3, verse 24. Mark chapter 3, verse 24. And if a kingdom be divided against itself, that kingdom cannot stand. And if the house be divided against itself, the house cannot stand. And if Satan rise up against himself and be divided, he cannot stand, but half an end. There you go, man. So their kingdom is going to be divided against itself, because they're all Edomites. Even the Russians, they're Edomites, man. Okay? And they're going to come up against their Western counterpart. These